Hi, peeps. What's good? Morning, Scone. It's me. Welcome aboard. Glad you're here. Overnight, let's see, I'll mute this. If you missed it, Brooks Cabina of The Advocate reporting that Justin McMillan has had his transfer blocked from LSU to other SEC schools. We'll get to that here shortly. Yesterday, after we went off air, the latest on the details of Ed Ingram's suspension came out, and then also Saints and Chargers are joint practices out in LA right now, so get into some of that as well. Say some good mornings here while we let this audience build. I'm gonna hit the share button. I would appreciate it kindly if you would do the very same from your Facebook account there. If you'd share it, it's how we grow this thing. So many thanks. Boudreaux's Bloody Mary mix, margarita mix. Glad to have you here. Pull that up. Let's see. Boop. Sorry, I needed to pull that up because I'm about to make a point about. Okay, here we go. LSU. That makes sense. Well, that doesn't really make so much sense. Anyway, all right. Let's say some good morning, y'all. See how y'all are doing today. Val, good morning. Bobby, Alvino, good morning, y'all. Colby Hester, good morning. Leroy Blanchard, Bob Kubrick, Brandon Rishu, Eric Saunier, Mario Collada, Nathan Galino, Ronnie Duga, Chuck Bro, Tyler Coleman, Justin Robinson, Jeff Seeley. Good morning, y'all. Hey, Jeff, good seeing you on Saturday, man. That was fun meeting you and, was it your wife, fiance, girlfriend? Y'all were great, man. Nick Torina, good morning. Justin Robinson, I already told you good morning, Justin, but I'll tell you again. Adam Tower, what's up, brah? Mark Bayard, Jamie Leday, Jason Gonzalez, how y'all doing? Good to see everybody. Dennis Romig, Kirk Taylor, Nathan Roy. Got a good little crowd coming here, man. I'm excited about this. This audience is built, and y'all have been really loyal, and I appreciate it, man. It's more than I would have anticipated. You know, when I started this, it was I just was going to post videos to YouTube and try to build a following over there, but the live crowd has been cool. It's been good to see a lot of y'all. Darren's in Boston. Good morning, man. Craig. All right. Craig's asking about the transfer. I'll get to that here in a second. Charlie Cavell, good morning. Oh, that's the other story, Alvino, about Bradley Dale Pivito and A&M. We'll get to that for sure. Okay, so, by the way, Drew is here. Well, he's over there. He's watching Wheel of Fortune. He's watching the episode with Robert again. They're going through introductions right now, which he hates, so he's yelling at the introductions as soon as they're done talking about their dog and how they like to go ski in the Alps and, you know, like to plant their vegetable garden or whatever it is. They'll start spinning the wheel again, and they've started, so he's done. Okay, so Craig says, do you think the transfer block is a bit of a retaliation from quitting and to avoid any distraction in the future when LSU plays an SEC team? Thank you for the question, Craig. So for those that missed it, Brooks Cabine at The Advocate apparently talked to Justin McMillan, and McMillan has had his transfer blocked by LSU. I'll read this part to you so you have it. So you have the context. McMillan's transfer release document from LSU, obtained by The Advocate on Wednesday, blocked McMillan from transferring to schools in the SEC and those on LSU's current schedule the next 2 years. So, McMillan told The Advocate that he expected to be blocked from SEC West schools, but did not think he'd be blocked from SEC East schools. So apparently, that's a school that he was looking at maybe going to. So, hey, do you want to come tell everybody good morning? You want to say good morning to Daddy's TV show? Seat. Yep, come say good morning. Seat. Whoop. Okay. Yeah. Well, we'll see you later then. Yeah, we'll see you later then. Whenever you want to come back, we'll see you then. So, all right. So I just saw Andrew's comment pop up. I thought you couldn't block transfers anymore. Great question. So this summer, the SEC passed new legislation allowing students to be able to transfer wherever they want. Schools can no longer block players from transferring. Here's the rub. Rule doesn't go into effect until October the 15th. So anybody like McMillan right now is trying to transfer, could not pick his spot. LSU can still, or any school can still block. Now, here's what's interesting to me. LSU's policy, and clearly there was a school McMillan wanted to go to and was blocked, okay? That's obvious. And if you just look at schools in the SEC East that LSU is going to play, obviously Florida's their permanent rotator. Next year, they are at Vanderbilt and then home against South Carolina. Well, it doesn't make sense. I'm perplexed here because obviously Vanderbilt's got Kyle Shermer, South Carolina's got Jake Bentley. They're set at quarterback this year, and Florida might have been an option for McMillan. That could be an interesting one because they still seem unsettled there at quarterback with the guys they have. And he might be a better option to do what Dan Mullen wants to do. But the release here says that he can't transfer schools in the SEC and those on LSU's schedule in the next 2 years. I am curious because LSU does not have a policy preventing grad transfers from transferring within the SEC. Maybe transferring to schools that you're going to play. Now, McMillan would not disclose the school, by the way. Because remember Stephen Rivers? Stephen Rivers graduated from LSU and transferred to Vanderbilt. Now, at the time, you needed the waiver from the SEC to transfer within the league, but they granted it, and he went from LSU to Vanderbilt, was there a year, it didn't work out. Then he went to Northwestern State in Natchitoches. So my point is, LSU has allowed guys, even quarterbacks, to transfer within the conference before, so long as they're not playing. So you can kind of go by process of elimination if you're McMillan. I'm guessing here, McMillan said he didn't think he'd be able to transfer to a West school, so I anticipate that wouldn't be the case. My guess is Florida. Because if you look at the next 2 years, who LSU plays from the East, it's Florida, Vanderbilt, South Carolina. Well, Vandy and South Carolina are set at quarterback this year. Florida's the only one that has an ongoing quarterback competition. That would be my guess as to why. But I have not been able to speak to anyone at LSU. I do want more clarification on that. Now, I will be very clear. I don't care where Justin McMillan wanted to go. He should be allowed to go. I love the new rule that guys can transfer wherever they want. And I think it's absolutely pathetic that adult humans tell college kids and players where they can and cannot continue their education and playing career. I think it's stupid. Scholarships are a one-year contract. If a coach, after any given season, wants to tell a kid, you need to transfer, we don't have a scholarship for you anymore, they can kick the kid out the door. But if the kid wants to seek a better opportunity, you're going to block him from where he can go. Kick rocks. I hate it. I like McMillan. If McMillan wanted to go play for Miami week 1, play against LSU, he should be able to do that. He's graduated. He's done what he was supposed to do, which is go to school, go to class, get your degree. He's done that. He should be able to go wherever he wants. Clown show. But I will get clarification today. Yeah? You can say hi to everybody now? Yeah. Whoa.
Dad.
Buddy fell down. Daddy. Okay, this might be our first tripod grab of the morning. No, he's kind of avoiding it. I'm proud of you, bud. Nice job. Okay, let's get to some of your stuff here. By the way, I think it was yesterday after Morning Scone that the Ed Ingram news broke. So the Ed Ingram news broke. Now we all know what it is. Let's see. I'm going to some of your comments. Sorry. So, I'm trying to think if we talked about this on Morning Scone about Ed Ingram. It's kind of been known for a while what was up. I was curious when it was going to break and how much detail we may find out. Scott Bork, good morning. I see you there. Hey, Dad, good morning. Whoa, Drew. Someone must have got a wrong answer. So you can clearly tell that the incident involving Ingram involved 2 legal minors. So, man, just the allegations and when you start talking about what he's accused of are sincere enough that I don't want to speculate or speak out of turn. So I'm being careful here, y'all. So I apologize for the hemming and hawing. But I think there has been some feeling, and I know I've expressed this to you before, and I'll grant you, like, I've known for a while what the issue was with Ingram. There's still some feeling that this was going to be resolved, and he's going to be back with the team, perhaps even for the Miami game. Admittedly, the reaction yesterday didn't feel that way. So we'll see how it goes over the next week and a half. But either way, man, optics are terrible when you look at, robbing a pawn shop, driving the getaway car, sexual assault, Drake Davis and what he's accused of. I was on Feinbaum yesterday. Did another interview yesterday. I got 2 today with people going, just like, hey, what the hell's going on in Baton Rouge? What's going on with this team? I mean, it's from the outside. If you're reading headlines, you're looking going, you know what I mean? It's a bad look. Jamie asked if there's interest from an SEC school for McMillan. Yeah. I mean, he was apparently looking to go to an SEC school, and the school stopped recruiting him when they learned of the transfer block. So we'll see where he lands now. Jean-Pierre Pelot. Good morning. Pelot. You've told me before. I forgot. Sorry. Brian Kling. Derek Cuddenall. Yo, man. Terry Landry. I think if you put in the work and graduate, you should be able to go anywhere you want to go. That's my point. Like, for me, and by the way, I think that any transfer should be able to go wherever they want. The penalty is having to give up a year of eligibility. If you have 4 years to play, and you're 5 years to play for, and you're going to give up, just delete a year of your eligibility in order to be able to transfer and go play somewhere else, that is a significant enough penalty that you should be able to go wherever you want. And no adult should be able to tell you where you can or cannot go. I don't care if it's within your conference, if it's someone you're playing that year, and if you're a grad transfer, especially, you should be able to go wherever you want. Let's see. Wonder why Narcisse didn't have any complaints. Jeff, Narcisse went to junior college. So because he had only had 1 year in college so far, he could still go to a JUCO. Remember, you can only go to JUCO your first 2 years. So, because they're 2-year schools. So Narcisse went JUCO. He's going to play at Mississippi Gulf Coast, wreck it, just like Lindsey Scott did last year, and then he can go anywhere in the country because he did his year in JUCO. He can go to an SEC school. He can go wherever he wants next year. So it's different. McMillan as a grad transfer is trying to go Power 5 this year. Lovey Adams Rodriguez, good morning. Wayne Ferguson, good morning. Mike Sylvester, good morning. Jason Hatcher, good morning. Hi.
Mom.
What are you doing? Mama. Hi.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you enjoy the wheel. Jeff, did Rivers have to wait the 3 months for the NCAA like McMillan is upset about? I'm trying to think when Rivers announced his transfer. I think he did after spring, when Rivers left. I'm trying to remember if Stephen Rivers went through that spring. It was 2014? It was 14 because it was the year that Jennings started. I can't remember if he went through spring or not. I don't remember. Either way, I don't care. McMillan should be able to go wherever the hell he wants. He graduated, go play wherever you want. Get out of jail free card. Jamie, we haven't seen him in action, but I just can't see him playing in the SEC. I do agree he should go wherever he wants. He fulfilled his commitment. You got to understand, you don't know what other people are dealing with, and that's a guy that's going to his 4th year. So if you look at Florida, for example, let's just use that because I think that one makes a lot of sense. Dan Mullen needs a mobile quarterback that can also throw the ball, and he maximized guys like Chris Relf at Mississippi State. Justin McMillan can be Chris Relf. So I think if you look at what they have with Felipe Franks and Kyle Trask, neither one of those guys can move, and neither was very good last year. The guy you recruited, Emory Jones, maybe will be that guy, but he's a true freshman. So do you bring in a guy like McMillan, a fourth-year guy who's more mobile, who can run what Mullen wants to run competently until Emory Jones is ready, or do you go with one of the guys that's immobile and try to make it work with that? I mean, it makes sense, right? You just try to pick a better option. Don Borg, good morning. Val, what was the big announcement on AFR? Oh, thank you, Val. I'll mention that here for those that missed it. Starting a week from yesterday, AFR picks up another affiliate. We will be on ESPN Alexandria starting 94.7 ESPN Alexandria 1 week from yesterday, so the 28th. So Tuesday. Next Tuesday. So we'll be Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and of course CST as well. Hey there. Robert must not have been doing well. Adam, this is another example in a long list of examples that Eddie O has no clue how to handle CEO off-field aspect of being a head football coach in the NCAA. The McMillan thing is an LSU policy. So that's not an Ed Ogeron thing. That's an LSU thing. So you can't pin that on Ed. That's the athletic administration has to sign off on that waiver to let him transfer. So I'd say the policy. I love that the university presidents changed the rule, and I wish that LSU would be proactive and let the kid go. And I know the answer. It's so we're going to let him go to a place where we're going to have to play him this year if that's the case. Yeah, why not? He graduated. You could have revoked his scholarship if you wanted to and not renewed it. He wants to go play somewhere else. He's graduated. Yeah, let him go. You can't beat your fourth quarterback? What the hell's wrong with you? Let him go. So, yeah, he should go. Absolutely should go. Josh Bertucci. McMillan should be able to transfer everyone's. John Bertucci. I'm sorry, John. McMillan transfer obstruction by LSU is purely out of revenge. Why would you block a quarterback you did not see as a starter? John, it's not out of revenge. It's their policy, and it's a dumb policy, in my opinion. It's funny to me how sometimes people create narratives, and so that's your narrative, and I know a lot of fans are going to feel the same way. I just read another one from Adam, but I'm telling you, you're wrong. It's not out of vengeance. It's not any of that stuff. It's LSU has a policy where they're not going to let people transfer to anyone they're going to play over the time that their eligibility, in conference or out. So, I just hate the rule. I just think it's a stupid policy. Let guys go wherever they want. Let's see. Sorry. Kurt, what about players only meeting? Any info about the topics discussed? They talked about the guys transferring, the quarterbacks transferring, and then kind of how all that was handled. But man, I talked to Terry about this yesterday on Riot Podcast, and he's right. He's like, if anybody talked about how he had players only meetings at every level of sport, high school, college, pro. He said, if I heard somebody talking about what we talked about at a players only meeting, I would punch them. He's like, we'd kick their ass. It's a players only meeting for a reason. Don't go talking about it. It's like Fight Club. First rule about Fight Club, don't talk about Fight Club. Jason, Ed O, and Joe Oliva must go. I mean, I may agree with you, but not because of the McMillan thing. That's a policy in place. I wish they would change, but it's a policy that's been in place. But I definitely agree they should change it. Scott, I'll get some kickback for this comment, but I miss Les. You should miss Les. At least Les brought stability. By the way, what a beauty. I texted Les yesterday. So did y'all see he's on a new Dr. Pepper commercial? So Dr. Pepper got rid of Larry Culpepper, and so they've got this new, it's Titleville or something. Anyway, it's like a drama, whatever. And Les is like a convenience store owner. Robert, walk, elevator. Anyway, so I wanted to get Les on to talk about being the Dr. Pepper commercial, talk a little ball, whatever. So I texted him yesterday. He's like, Matt, I owe you one. I'm in class at 5. I was like, class? He's in acting class. I said, well, no worries, coach. We can work around it. What time are you in acting class? He's like, 3:30 to 6:30. I'll get you another day, Les. Les doesn't need to coach anymore, man. Like, he's living his best life, and good for him, man. But Les brought stability for a long time, and you never had to worry about the nosedive. You never had to worry, like, is the team gonna go 6-6? You never had to worry about it. You couldn't beat Alabama, couldn't develop a quarterback. But given the options now. All right, let's see. Somebody else comments. Sam said, pretty cool, AFR. The footprint, thanks, man, appreciate it. Yeah, we're heading to Cenla. Excited about that. Appreciate the guys over at Cenla Broadcasting bringing us on in Alexandria. It's going to be very cool. Darren, good morning. Boudros. Mandy Vierik. What's up, Mandy? Mandy Vierik, A-Bear. Excuse me. Rick Hauk. Chase Chabo. Robert Grimion, good morning. Rusty Gomez, good morning. Cameron Kemp, good morning. Lance Christopher. If you can't play at LSU, why is so worried? I'm telling you, they're going to put it on the university policy with McMillan. But I'm with you 100%. And it's not just them. Saban did the same thing, and he got crushed for it. And I crushed Saban for it. And last year, Bill Snyder at Kansas State did it. There was a receiver. Kansas State had a receiver that wanted to transfer to an FCS school. Like, the lower level. And I think, and he got blocked from FCS in Group of 5. Snyder wouldn't let him transfer anywhere. And then there was so much backlash because the kid made it public, so much backlash, they finally said, fine, go wherever you want. Which is how it should be. So I'm glad they're changing that rule. But guys should be able to go wherever they want. Seemed like just a couple of weeks ago we were praising the team for not having any off-field incidents. All of a sudden, every day another headline. True. Can you do a tail of the tape for Miami versus LSU? Absolutely. And you know what, Alvino? I've reached out to 2 different Miami reporters about coming on the show, and both have declined. So it's been hard to get info out of Miami. Let me put pen to paper. I was more going to do this next week when we actually start delving into LSU Miami deeply. But let me put pen to paper and do a side-by-side comparison of all the position groups, and we'll talk about that. Maybe I'll do that on Sunday. So it'll be a week out from the game. How about that? Rusty says winning games will make everyone forget about these transgressions. You're right, Rusty. You're 100% right. The flip side of that is lose to Miami, then lose to Auburn, and then the snowball is gaining a lot of momentum. You know what I mean? So, but you're 100% right. 100% right. Go beat Miami. People now it's, man, you go beat top 10 Miami, you're going to be ranked somewhere in the middle teens going to Auburn in week 3. And you're going to have a 9 versus 12 type matchup. And it'll be on CBS at 2:30, and the whole country's going to watch, and it's going to be the biggest game of the weekend, and yada, 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 and all that stuff. And can you win it? You know? Elise, good morning. Kelly Gross, good morning. Mike Touche, good morning.
Ow.
Touche.
Ow.
Elevator!
Yeah.
You blowing kisses?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. He gone. Oh, what do you... Tell me what you want. Hey. Oh, what do you want? Robert. He wants Robert. New episode of Wheel just popped on, and they're going through introductions right now. I'm telling you, Drew is not too keen on those introductions. Does not take y'all with me. Drew just does not like when these people talk about, I've been married to my supportive husband, Bobby, for 26 years. We have 4 wonderful children. Samantha, 18. Bob Jr., 17. Sally, 12. And Jaden, 6. Jaden was a surprise. Boop. Okay, bud, you ready? You ready for Robert? Robert. Here's Robert. Okay, now he's fired up. He got Robert. Drew does not care about all them people introducing themselves. Robert's a big nerd, by the way. Robert won $76,000 on Wheel of Fortune. I've seen the episode a few times. Oh man, I got to answer that one. Thank you. I know. And full disclosure, y'all, I'm short on time. I got a CST shoot today at 10. I got doing a show on WBRZ. Oh, look at all the people watching. That's awesome. Dude, hey, whoa! You're watching Robert. Hey, Mimi's gonna come today and take you to Abilities. Are you touching Daddy's logo? You can touch that. Truck. I love you. Are you having a good morning? Oh, somebody woke up at 5 a.m. again, and Daddy had to rock him back to sleep like a little baby, huh? Like a little baby. It's a good thing Daddy's got big, strong muscles. It's okay. Hey, are you watching Robert? Huh? Home. Home. I gotta talk to these people about Texas A&M because Jimbo Fisher cheated. Paw. I bet if you ask Mimi, she might let you see Pawpaw's truck later. Home. All right, go watch Robert so I can finish this up. Let's see. What up, Matt? What up, Drew? Hey, man. From looks of practice, our defense knows McMillan better. You drinking Boudreaux's in that cup? This is coffee. Will, just coffee. Let's see. Wasn't good enough to play. Why do they care? Good point. Either way. Thoughts on Les as the new AD once LSU fires Leave it? No. I love Les. Do not want him as the AD. I'll tell you why. And I'll tell you why. One of the reasons primarily is because one of the and maybe this would change in a different role, but Les never liked glad handing. Les didn't like doing the booster circuit and the speaker circuit and shaking hands. He didn't do that. Les didn't go to the coaches convention and make friends with everybody. That just wasn't in his personality. Les coached football, and when he wasn't coaching football, he was with his family. And I respect that tremendously about him. But if you're going to be the athletic director, you've got to shake hands and kiss babies and make friends and spend time with donors and boosters, and that's not something that he wants to do a ton. Mama. Papa. Home. Let's see. Good morning, Curtis Arville, Jeremy Hayes, Pineville resident now. Cool, man. Oh, cool. So you get to. Oh, I'm just getting these comments. Oh, wow. Need Lafayette too. I'm just getting the comments about Alexandria. Wow, I'm behind. Sorry, y'all. Okay, Jacob Steiner, Texas A&M story. I did. For those that missed it, Dan Wolken reported at USA Today last night that a former Texas A&M player who's now at Arizona with Mama, Papa, home. So a former Texas A&M player who was with Kevin Sumlin transferred to Arizona, said he did so, and he's looking for a waiver to play immediately because of the reason he left Texas A&M. He left A&M because apparently Jimbo and the new staff were breaking all kinds of rules. They were observing players during practice because they were trying to cut down their roster. I'm paraphrasing here. And they, including Bradley Dale Pivito, were giving players like this kid handfuls of cash to be able to take recruits out whenever they were in town on official visits. So, Mama, Papa, home. You're going to ask me, do I think the allegations are real? Yes. Do I care? No, because everybody does stuff like that, literally. And it's like, be careful when you're pointing fingers because your fingers pointing right back at you sort of thing. But this kid has nothing to lose. And he's trying to be eligible. The only thing he'll do is he'll be blackballed in College Station forever, but I don't think he cares at this point. The thing, though, that I appreciate most about it is the kid put his name on it. It's similar to and I understand the circumstances at Maryland are very different, but ESPN put out that report a couple of weeks ago where the disgruntled players smeared the coaching staff, and they all did it anonymously. And I think that's trash. Put your name on it. And this kid put his name on it, so good for him for doing it. Lafayette needs you. I would love to be on in Lafayette. Let's get that done, man. Go storm the Lafayette Sports Talk radio station's doors and say, I demand that you put AFR on. Mama. Papa. Ha. 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 Home. So he can share our playoff and give the other team an advantage. I guess that's supposed to be playbook. Oh, playbook, yeah. Akeem, it don't matter, bro. Everybody has game film. 100 years ago, it wouldn't have mattered. By the time LSU plays it, everybody's got game film. Everybody knows what you can do. Plan accordingly. It just doesn't matter, man. It doesn't. It just doesn't matter. That's so overplayed. Matt, what has to happen this season for Ed not to be on the hot seat going into the next season? Oh, you're assuming he's got next season. I wouldn't assume that. I mean, it could go badly, and he's on the hot seat right now. I mean, very much on the hot seat right now. ESPN put him at the top of their hot seat rankings, or third on their hot seat rankings. And USA Today had him on as the hottest seat in the SEC. They did it by conference, so he's already on the hot seat. I'd say if they go 9-3, and one of those wins is against Auburn, Georgia, or Bama, he's good. How much will the off-field issues affect? They'll affect him greatly if they lose. Because then what happens is you're starting to build that case against, right? And so that's just more evidence in the against column, the cons. No pun intended with the cons. Michael, I keep forgetting to email you about something, Matt. Email me, Michael. Don't forget. Remember, right now. Do it right now. Let's see. Texas Tech or Arizona will be great fits for McMillan. I think they both have quarterbacks, though. That's the issue. So if you're McMillan, you got 2 years to play, you're immediately eligible. You go somewhere where you can play right now. Let's see. Jason, does Tyler Shelvin get on the field? Yes, absolutely. I think they'd like to get a handful of snaps in a rotation there with Fehoko, Ed Ingram, and Tyler Shelvin at nose, but he will definitely get on the field. Nathan, I agree most cases they should be able to go wherever, but when you wait this late, I don't know. Nathan, I don't care if he waited this late. Remember, he didn't graduate until July. He graduated in the summer, in July. So he's only now eligible to be able to go somewhere. And I don't care. Go where you want, man. My opinion. Generous Jimbo handing out that cash to recruits. Sam, be careful, bro. Don't sit there in your ivory tower and think that it's everyone else giving money to recruits, but your school wouldn't dream of doing something like that. Come on, bro. I mean, just, look around. Take off the purple and gold glasses and really dissect the program that you cheer for. Programs that you cheer for. And go, I mean, all y'all got in a tizzy when Georgia supposedly offered John Emery all that money, right? But it's only Georgia doing that. All right. Let's see. Devin Kelly, Kate Adams, good morning. Good morning, Matt. Enjoy the scoop, especially since I'm out of state. Appreciate that, David. Mark Capone, good morning. Golly, I got so many comments I got to get to here. Matt, what is it about O that you don't like? I like O, Jesse, very much. I think he's a really good man. And that's one misconception that annoys me. I typically don't care what people say or think about me or my opinions. I do resent the fact that people think I don't like Ed Ogeron. I like Ed Ogeron, personally, as a man. I think he's a good man, husband, father, all of that stuff. And I think he wants to do well desperately. I just don't think he's a good head coach. He failed miserably at Ole Miss, and I don't think LSU is a learn-on-the-job type opportunity. And he's proving time and again that he's not ready for this job. He proved it last year. He botched the Matt Canada thing. He botched signing day this year. They watched Austin Thomas walk away because of ego and haven't replaced him. Just look up and down the coaching staff. And you'll see, no disrespect, but when Hey, thank you. When you're LSU and you can hire the best coaches in the and you hire. Hang on, sorry. You hire Pete Jenkins knowing that he's only going to be there for a year, and teams are going to recruit against you because of that, but you do it anyway. Then you do the exact same thing with Jerry Sullivan, understanding he's going to be there for a year and teams are going to recruit against you and he's not going to recruit for you. Pete Jenkins leaves and you replace him with Dennis Johnson, who's never been a full-time position coach. I mean, it's LSU. Like that's the problem. It's like it's okay. It's LSU, and he doesn't know how to treat it like it's LSU because he doesn't know how to run a program. I mean, so he's learning all this on. That's my problem. So you're watching Alabama do what they're doing. You're watching Kirby do what he's doing. Jimbo's on the come at A&M. Like, you're going to watch Dan Mullen overhaul Florida, and meanwhile LSU is just doing this, figuring it out, losing its foothold, and it's very an unsettling feeling. That's why. It's not that Jesse. It's not that I don't like Ed Orgeron. Like that's the misconception I hate. I just think he's not a good head football coach, and it's proved. Like, his record is what it is. He's not a good head football coach. Like, great defensive line coach, really good man, very bad head football coach, and this year is going to go badly because LSU is a very bad head football coach who's not put the processes in place. Like, you're desperate for your job and you hire an offensive coordinator that hasn't been a coordinator in 20 years. Like, how do you think this is going to go? And I love Steve, but like, why wouldn't you go humble yourself and get someone who understands the modern offense, pay him exactly what you did with Aranda, pay him a buttload of money and say, come make my offense great. No, I'm going to hire the tight ends coach who hasn't been an offensive coordinator in 20 years. Like, why? This is why. Like, there's an encyclopedia-sized stack of stuff that says this guy's not a good head coach, and you're ignoring it because he's wearing a purple shirt. Didn't need to go on that tangent. Troy, what are you looking for in the Saints-Chargers game? For Drew Brees to stay upright. Please, God, just stay upright. I think the most fascinating battles right now are Cam Tom, Will Clapp, and Josh Larobius. Which two of those three they keep? Hope Jonathan Williams, who I'm guessing to get some more playing time this week, continues to do well. And I definitely want to see Marcus Davenport, man. I mean, if we're going to see him this week for the first time, I got to see him. So, man, y'all, I hate to do this. I got to bounce. Like, it's late. I got to go up, get some production done up at the radio station. And I got a long day. I see all the, golly, there's so many of these comments. Tell you what I'm going to do, y'all. Brent Burgess, do you think Kevin Falk stays on the staff long term? Do you think he'll move into more of a diminutive coaching position? Real quick, as long as remember the rule why Sean Salisbury couldn't join the staff, the individual associated with a prospect rule. Falk has done coaching in the Lafayette area and Karen Crow in high school, and so I think that in some respects prevents him from joining the staff, like in a role like he's on staff like in a like advisory role, not as an analyst. So I don't know that he could elevate until he gives up the stuff at Karen Crow. But his son, I don't know what grade his son's in, but he's involved in all that. So that's a hang up a little bit. All right, y'all, I got to jump. I'm so sorry. I see there's 110 comments I still haven't gotten to, so my apologies for that. But I got to go. I'll try to read through those, maybe respond to them throughout the day if I can get to it. Boudreaux's, y'all pick it up. Bloody Mary mix, margarita mix, boudreauxmix.com. Boudreaux's Mix and Spices. You can see the link right there on the Facebook, right there on the description of this video. Click that link, give them a page like, leave them a comment. That'd be awesome if you would do that. I'd appreciate that so much, and so would they. And go buy Boudreaux's, boudreauxmix.com. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Morning, Scone. Okay, bud.